Shalom. Before I get started, as always, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone where I learned this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect out there scattered abroad, pushing this truth on the four corners of the earth to risk their lives and freedom to do so. It's your brother Tazamak coming back with a quick lesson. I'm going to call this lesson, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. Okay? I actually got a Salaki before I get into this. Make sure my phone don't cut out. But, yeah, I'm going to be going into, how Babylon's going to be destroyed by World War III. Okay? You have on here that they're doing peace talks and, possibly something could work out. Okay? But that's not according to the Heavenly Father. It's not going to work out. And World War III is going to happen. It says Trump again gives Putin a couple of weeks with no sign of Ukraine peace talks underway. Of course not. The peace ain't going to happen, regardless if they lie on the news because they're deceivers. Okay, they're devils. That's their job, to lie and deceive. Okay? President Donald Trump said Friday he would give Russian President Vladimir Putin a couple of weeks, further extending his deadline for potential consequences against Moscow after urging the Russian leader to meet with his Ukrainian counterpart in hopes of ending the war. Asked by CNN's Elena Trine if there's a possibility he does nothing if Putin doesn't come to the table, Trump said, "We'll see. I'll see whose fault it is. If there are reasons why I will understand that, I know exactly what I'm doing. We're going to see whether or not they have a meeting that will be interesting to see. And if they don't, why did they have a meeting? Because I told them to have a meeting," Trump said. Trump, the big boss, right? The Lord is in control. "But I know in 2 weeks what I'm going to do," Trump added. And you see how he keeps saying 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, 1 month, 1 month. Prophecy's going to happen regardless. He can give it 8 weeks. World War III is still going to happen. It's prophecy. It says, "But I know in 2 weeks what I'm going to do," Trump added, reprising a timeline he repeatedly issued. You see? He keeps saying that. To determine Putin's willingness to end the war in Ukraine. His latest comments come as the momentum around peace talks has stalled. You see? With no sign that bilateral meeting with the White House has pushed is happening. Russian Foreign Ministry Sergei Lavrov said earlier on Friday that there were no plans for a meeting between the two leaders. After Trump met with Putin in Alaska last week and hosted Zelensky and European leaders as the White House earlier this week, he teased a bilateral meeting, potentially to be followed by a trilateral meeting he would join. It's all BS, man. It's all BS. World War III is going to happen. Let's see what's going on with Maduro. Warships for the Gringo Empire will close, but many Venezuelans shrug. President Nicolas Maduro said Venezuela would not back down while facing a U.S. naval buildup. But many in the country doubt a confrontation will coming off. Oh yeah, see? President Nicolas Maduro of Venezuela during a parade in Caracas earlier this year, Mr. Maduro said on Monday that he would be deploying 4.5 million militiamen around the country. You see how things are heating up with the third world. Let's get some scriptures. I'm going to start off in the book of Revelation 11:14. "The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly." It's talking about World War III. We know woe means destruction, but right here it's talking about World War III. Okay, because the second woe is World War II, and the third woe coming quickly is talking about World War III, and we see it's upon us. Look at all the prophecy that's popping off, that's taking place. Okay? Let's get a little bit more of this. For at least a decade, rumors have swirled in Venezuela that the United States is going to swoop in with troops. See, the rumors of war is dwindling because it's about to become a reality, actually, full-blown war, World War III. And it says the United States is going to swoop in with troops on top of the country's autocrat, Nicolas Maduro. The troops have never arrived, and Washington-backed efforts to replace him have failed. So he said the troops never arrived. These countries ain't taking Babylon serious no more. They keep making empty threats. And the weakest saying they strong, they got the same nuclear capability. Let's go. And even though Venezuela ain't a superpower, the nations are still going to hate the whore. You got Russia, China, they got major nuclear capability, It says, in the top of the country's autocrat, Nicolas Maduro, the troops have never arrived, and Washington-backed efforts to replace him have failed. So this week, when Trump administration began a major buildup of U.S. naval forces outside the South American nation, prompted questions about whether the President Trump is once again planning for regime change. Venezuelans responded with a bit of fear and anxiety, but most well-earned skepticism. I sincerely don't believe the American government would do anything, said Pedro Martinez, 52. See? These niggas ain't scared of no more. But they are. Everybody gonna have fear because everything that's taking place around the world, Babylon is gonna be a hot zone. This is Jeremiah 50. Because it's prophecy that World War III is gonna happen. Regardless of what they talking, it's peace and all this shit. This is what the scriptures say. Who's gonna drag us into the war? Jeremiah 50:45. Therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord Yahweh, meaning the Lord's plans, that he had taken against Babylon, which is America, and his purposes that he had purpose against the land of the Chaldeans, America again. Surely the least of the flock should draw them out. We're just talking about Amalek. And we know that the apostles are over there in the land of Israel. Meaning what? Israel's going to draw Babylon into the world's war. Okay? It says, surely he should make their habitation desolate with them. You know, because America, Babylon's going to be destroyed as well as Israel. But Israel's going to be rebuilt up because over there in Jerusalem, that's going to be the headquarters of the kingdom of heaven. Okay? But the scripture said that they're going to drag us into world war. Okay? What does that mean? It's going to happen regardless. Nicolas Maduro said it's not going to happen. He's deploying 4.5 million troops. He's mad. Yeah, okay, let's go. Putin, Trump said if Putin doesn't sign a deal, he's going to move him. Of course he is. That's prophecy. All these peace talks and all that is BS. Because it's going to take place. You just read it. Okay, the least of the flock, Amalek, over there in Israel. Israel's going to draw Babylon into the world war. Everybody forgot about Israel. It's still hot over there. Okay, the Lord is disgusted with that land. They having rainbow parades and shit. Okay? Verse 46. At the noise of the taking of Babylon, the earth is moved, and the cry is heard among the nation. Okay, and I'm going to get what that's talking about towards the end. Okay, the nations are going to be hurt when Babylon is destroyed because they make a ton of money off this place. All right? And a nuclear missile. What noise? The nuclear missiles, the ICBM nuclear missiles. Okay? It's not the ancient Babylon. This is America. All right? And it's literally going to move the earth around like the continents, just like the flood did. Okay? This is Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Okay, the dust represents confusion. That's what Babylon means. Okay, confusion. And it says, O virgin daughter of Babylon, it's talking about America. And it says virgin, this place has never got touched before. Okay, it's been a big bad guy for the last, I don't know how many years, since World War II. It says, sit on the ground, there is no throne. Okay, because the Esau is ruling right now. The Lord's about to take him from his rulership. Okay, the Lord's going to be ruling. Yahweh Shai is going to set up his kingdom here. And we're going to be sitting at the table with him. Okay? It says, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for there shall be no more, for thou shalt be no more be called tender and delicate. Why? Because this place is going to get torn up. Okay? This place the nations are going to tear this place up by way of nuclear missiles. All right? It's going to be a beautiful sight. I'm going to get this next. Psalms 137. And I'm going to start at verse 7. Remember, O Lord Yahweh, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. Okay, because when the ancient Babylonians were tearing up Jerusalem, they was tearing them on. You know, get them, destroy them. Okay, even assisted in burning down the temple. Okay? And you know Jerusalem's a people before it's a place, throw that in there. Verse 8. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed, America. Okay? You keep saying Babylon's going to be destroyed. What Babylon? America. Spiritually. Because this place is nothing but confusion. People say, well, ancient Babylon, it can't be talking about there because when you look today, they're looking physically. This thing is all about spiritual. Period. Okay? Okay, so let's go back to Psalms 137:8. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed by what? Nuclear missiles. Okay? Happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Yahweh Bashim Yahshua is going to pay you guys back for what you did for us. He's going to destroy your baby America. Okay? Because this is a corporation making trillions of dollars every year. The Lord's going to take your cash cow from you. Okay? We're going to tear it. The Lord's going to destroy Israel, but it's going to be built back up. And y'all asses are going to slavery. Okay? I'm getting ready to close with this. Okay? Revelation 18, in verse 8, the closing credits of Babylon. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day. Her, who's it talking about? Babylon the Great. Death and mourning. It's going to be a lot of death. Okay? People going to be sad as hell. Okay? And famine. And he shall be utterly, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. Okay? Because famine's going to be here too. It's going to be a ton of plagues going on at once. The last plague is going to be the noisome pestilence. It's missiles. It says, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. Okay? For strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her. The utterly burned with fire. She's going to be burned up with those ICBM nuclear missiles. The Lord's going to put his spirit on those missiles and make them stronger. Okay? Verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication lived deliciously with her, first and foremost, spiritually. Because all these other nations was trying to bite on the philosophies of America. Because America was the place to be. The most successful country with the strongest military. We want to be just like them. Okay? They also made these backdoor deals or signed all these contracts with America for goods, for trade, to make all that money. You know, they've been living deliciously. They've been making a killing. You know? America is a big spender with other countries. It says, and live deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Yeah, the smoke is going to be traveling miles. It's going to be televised, the destruction of Babylon. The nations are going to be mourning because they made so much money on Babylon. Who else is going to be able to make them as much money? Verse 10. Standing afar off for the fear of the torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city. You see? For 1 hour is thy judgment come. The Lord's going to lay this place desolate. The Lord's going to destroy this place in 1 hour, 60 minutes. Okay? Because Babylon, everything that they built, everything they built in 1 hour is going to be destroyed. It's going to catch the nations by surprise, not by surprise, Salakia, but they're going to be astonished like, damn, that was a superpower. We made a ton of money off of them. They had the strongest military. Now they destroyed. Then they're going to think they ruled next to it, and we ain't having it. Verse 11. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. They're basically going to be saying, how are we going to make as much money as we did doing trade with Babylon? Nobody else ain't going to feed us like they did. What the hell are we going to do? Okay? And we got the answer for you. Y'all going to go in slavery under us, and y'all going to shut the hell up. Okay? And this place, it can't come soon enough because this place needs a cleansing. All right? Lord's will, this was an edifying lesson. With that, I'm going to say shalom.